Angie. Back there, Snooper. Okay, so as soon as somebody storm, okay, I'm gonna flip you guys around. See what I'm talking about here. This is it's not the best setup here. Maybe I can get you guys just a hair higher before we head out. I better go in the sleeper berth. Yeah. Okay. So as soon as somebody starts speaking, I should be able to hear it. Okay, that ought to work. That ought to work. Let's see this. Okay, you go over there. Over there. Okay. Make sure this is all set up before I roll. Okay. That's not bad. That's not bad. So if we just drive and then I can just, which is fine. I don't mind driving in rain. Let me shut off all the. Hear you. I can hear you. Good morning. I can hear you. I don't have to look at the chat. I can. You guys can't hear it because I got it on my Bluetooth, which is in my ear. So let me. I got to put a couple things away here. I didn't get put away. I didn't get put away. I didn't get the put away. Okay. Here we go. Oh, full pot of coffee in that, so I can pull over later. My coffee. That's awesome. Benji's back here. He's doing his thing, hanging out. Okay, let's roll, you guys. Good morning. I've got Trudy and Joyce. Oh, good morning. Yeah, and I can hear the text to voice in my ear with the Bluetooth. So then I can just ignore looking at the chat. I can just go to my regular scanning of. Okay. Yes, we're in the middle of a storm and we are getting out of here. We are rolling. Oh wait, I gotta get my Garmin turned on. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. Woo! It's raining. And like I said, I don't mind driving in the rain, but green. I'm going to Phoenix. I'm going to Tucson, Arizona. Tucson. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Tucson or Tucson, Arizona, and then I'm going to a little town just southwest of Houston, Texas. After that. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. We are out of here. That place made me nervous because they got, rattlesnake warning signs. And when we got off the truck, I got off the truck first so that I could, kind of check around an area. I did not let him go to any trees. I didn't let him go to, the dumpster. I was just very careful. Very careful. But we had a victory walk this morning. And off we go. And the color of the clouds, you probably can't tell the color of the clouds. I always look at the color of the clouds. I just saw some lightning. So these are tornadic. These are at least thunderstorms. It's very early, it seems, for I'm kind of late getting started. Is it really 7:30? Holy cow. Anyway, I always look at the color of the clouds when I'm out in this, because if they are a grayish green, like a greenish gray, I'm out. I am gone. Because, let me shut that off. Let me shut that off, because we don't want any of those kind of clouds. If they've got any tinge of a grayish green, I'm gone. Because that's my indicator of a tornadic thunderstorm. I did see some lightning off to the left. So I am heading southwest, and I'm going to come out on Interstate 40. Brought me some breakfast. I got I've got a chicken thigh and a pork chop. So yeah, somebody say something. Well, let's keep testing out this text-to-voice thing I got going on the phone. I should be able to hear it. I was hearing you guys earlier. Man, it is dark out. That's why I didn't realize it was so late. It's because it's so dark out. We gotta get on down the road. It's all right. I can drive a little later. Hi, Carrie. Hi. Yes, I can hear that. I can hear all of that. I can hear all of that in my ear. You guys can't hear it, but I can hear it on my Bluetooth in my ear. Okay. What's for lunch? I can hear Nightbot. I feel like I'm driving towards the storm, dang it. I don't want to drive towards the storm. Toast with cheese. That sounds really good. Yes, I am 100% carnivore. When I'm being good. That place got filled up last night. There are times that I cheat. It's like a switch goes off in my head. It's kind of like Robin and I were talking about this the other day, and I don't get it as often anymore, but like people will say, oh, come on, you get just this once, you've been good. Well, I have food issues, mental food issues. So that's like offering an alcoholic a beer saying, oh, come on, you can have just one beer. No, not just one beer. And, you know, if I had trouble with alcoholism, if I was hanging out in a bar, at some point a switch would go off in my head and I would start drinking. I would have a beer thinking, oh, I'll just have one beer just to be sociable so that I don't make others uncomfortable around me, that kind of thing. And, well, it's the same way with food. You know, people used to go, oh, come on, you can eat this, it won't kill you. Like, how can you not want some broccoli with cheese on it? Well, I got news for you. The carbs in that broccoli will trigger me. And pretty soon, I will start on a binge and it won't stop for a while. It'll take a long time. But when I do stick to it, I lose weight, I feel good, I look good, my hair is amazing, especially for a mouse turd blonde with baby fine hair that breaks off so easily. I gotta kick off my cruise. Holy cow. With some defrost. Getting out of here. Try to get pushed through this storm and get on west. See, that with cheese sounds really good. but I couldn't even have a bite of it or smell it. If I could smell it, I'm probably done for. When I was in Spokane with Robin, we were walking around this farmer's market. Anyway, because I'm the same way with vegetables. Well, yeah, see, I can't eat vegetables. I can't eat fruit because all of that will trigger me. So all these samples were being offered to me at this farmer's market in Spokane. Finally, one last person offered me a sample of something, and that was it. I was triggered. Yeah, vegetables will trigger me just enough carbo, and I can't eat meat. See, and I can eat meat, and I get all my nutrients. I get everything I need, and I'm healthier. But if I eat vegetables, well, first of all, I get gas, I get inflammation, I get all the things. But just the tiny bit of natural sugars in those vegetables, it doesn't matter how green they are, I'm triggered. And off I go. So that's why I'm 100% carnivore. Something with an auto parts. Anyway, I don't believe it's auto parts. I believe it's auto supplies, like maybe some fluids and that kind of thing. Nothing to hazmat levels, but you know, like supplies, like the oil change pans, not a high security, so I can tell you about it. Sometimes I have loads we shall not speak of until after it's over. Like the load I got in 2020 that went from Portland, Oregon to Lakeview, Florida, that was nothing but toilet paper. It was $1 million load, and I had to. Oh my goodness, that's fun for a long time, didn't it? It's immediately to my right, which is north, so I believe we're skirting the south side of this grayish green storm that it's rain wrapped. It's making me nervous. There's a little bit of wind. It's nothing that this light load can't handle. So if anybody was speaking during that spinny time, I didn't hear it. Spinny. Boy, we're really zone, aren't we? Well, I can even hear Nightbot talking. You guys may have missed, but we just crossed into New Mexico for north of I-40. But I'm heading on this little highway. I'm heading southwest, so I'm going to hit the 40 here pretty soon. So now we're live from New Mexico. And things are looking better. I feel like I've skirted the south edge of this very green-gray, rain-wrapped storm off to the north. I feel much better. Oh, and the windshield looks better. I got rid of all my pets. I did get a rock chip in my windshield the other day, and I'm washing it. I spent 3 nights in Lincoln, Nebraska, and finally got every building has been goodness. Hopefully. Thank you, Joyce. I heard that. See, I hear what. Oh my goodness, lots of spinning. I don't know if you guys can hear anything or see anything, but yeah, I just drove through a honest to goodness ghost town. It was building was abandoned. Every building. That place was just abandoned. Right along the highway here. That is sad. So I'm headed southwest. What is this? Highway 54. And I should be coming in 46 miles, I will come into Interstate 40. And of course my connection hopefully won't be spinning as much then. So, and it's great that this, what's it called? Text to voice thing is working on my Bluetooth. I don't have to read the chat. It just repeats everything from the chat into my ear. That's pretty nice. That is really nice. Thanks to Karen at KB Fibers for giving me the incentive to, you know, she motivated me to do that, to get that done. Because she does that. KB Fibers goes live weekdays in the afternoons. Spinny, spinny. Every time the road dips down, that's when I lose. That's when I lose connection. So, yes, in the afternoons during the week, you can go over to Twitch and search for KB Fibers, and you'll find Karen, and she does those afternoon streams. It's fun because you can get involved in a Pokemon game in the chat. Of course, I can't because I'm driving all the time. So sometimes I can set it up, like if I'm at a stop, I can set it up. And I can use voice every once in a while to chat in the chat, but I really can't, I can't do much else because then I'm driving. Okay, these clouds look a whole lot better. We got past that grayish green rain-wrapped storm. You just keep on going west there, Storm, and I'll keep going southwest till I hit the 40. Woo! This part of New Mexico is flat. Been a couple months since I've been to New Mexico. They actually had me going through New Mexico a couple months ago with my last company. That was weird. I deadheaded because there was absolutely no freight coming out of Denver. That's what they were telling all of us. All I know is that a bunch of us OTR drivers were sitting in Denver. And finally they had me grab an empty, head to Winston, and then I Montana, California, to pick up a preload and deliver it in Albany, Oregon. That's how bad freight was, and I don't know all the variables on that. That's above my pay grade. All I know is I'm now with a bigger company that has way more contracts, and it's massive. Just looking at their dispatch, I went up to meet my dispatcher, and Spencer, the asset manager. That's what they call their dispatchers, but I'm going to say dispatchers just for the sake of YouTubers. I met Spencer, and that room, it's like a whole half of the upper floor is all dispatchers. That's how many trucks they have on the road, you know, how many loads, how much freight they have. So I don't see myself sitting, and they don't push back. they didn't push back when I spent 3 nights in Lincoln, because during the days I was getting my 401k taken care of. I wanted to do it in person because the way my 401k is right now, it's a little complicated in trying to get the rollovers done. So, yeah, I needed basically what looked like teenage tech support. So that got done in Lincoln. So I left Lincoln yesterday and I made it to Dalhart, Texas, to that little picnic area, which made me nervous because there were rattlesnake signs. I really had to be careful with Benji, but we did have a victory walk this morning, didn't we, buddy? Yeah, we sure did. And now we're in New Mexico. We're headed towards Phoenix, but I'm gonna probably stop for the night just this side of Flagstaff. I think that's a good amount of miles right there. I have, Kim, and I can hear you in my ear. You're in my ear. I don't have to read the chat. Are you wearing a coat today, Kim? Because here goes Niles. He's gonna start bugging you. Pork chop for breakfast. And I don't have that microwave air fryer anymore because the inverter in my last truck was bigger than the inverter in this truck. This is only a 1200 watt inverter. It wouldn't run that microwave air fryer. And so I looked at the smaller air fryers, and they're all $13.50. Yes, it's very cool. And I, shout out to Karen at KB Fibers. Prompted me. Yes, I'm driving all 48 states now, Trudy. And I'm hoping they get me to Tennessee, to our Lenore terminal, so I can see that. We have we have a yard or a terminal in Phoenix. I'd like to see that, but I don't know if I'll be able to see it on this trip. So Lenore, Tennessee. I'm ran out of Salt Lake City. I just went to our main terminal in Lincoln, Nebraska. It's large. It is a very big place, and it's pretty nice. It was really nice. The showers there, the little grill cafeteria. It was nice. Oh yeah, well I don't go home, but every once in a while, Trudy. Like my plan to go home next is like late August, because then I want to be home to enter the fruit garden blanket in the state fair, and then I'm going to have to rely on Mom to go get it for me. So that is my next planned time home. I went through the house a few days ago before I headed for Lincoln, and I finished getting this truck set up with all my stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna make it to just this side of Flagstaff, and then tomorrow I'll go on into, is it Tolson or Tolleson? Is there an extra syllable in the middle there? For the town in Arizona. Yes, and the Yarny Social, I'll be spending a week. I won't be spending that week at home. I'll be spending it in Boise. I've already discussed that with them. I'll just have to keep reminding them, make sure nobody forgets. Okay. I do see, you can see the clouds are doing something right there. But once I but that is a very blue color of those clouds. So I'm not too concerned. I might get some rain with that. but that is not that green-gray color that makes me nervous. And that's just, it's not like, but there is like kind of a circle in the center. Good morning, Tina. Oh, well, I just left Texas. I was in Dalhart, Texas. And I was at a little picnic area, but now I'm in New Mexico. So I received the package, and I just, next time I'm home, I'm going to do a video. Just saying, I got that. Yes, it's the same size. Excuse me. It's basically the same truck. It's just a few years older, and it's got 449,000 miles on it right now. So she's a little tired and cranky. Yeah, and the thing about getting back on a Cascadia is, yes, it did. And I'm sorry, I have not shouted that out. Thank you, Trudy. I have not shouted that out. I just haven't had time with me switching. It came right in the middle of the beginning of the chaos. So, but I haven't even opened the box yet, so I haven't even seen it. So I will have it up with the other one when I do that unboxing video. Oh, but I'm very excited to see it. I mean, I'm dying to see it. I really am. I am dying to see that. So, anyway, I was in Texas. Now I'm in New Mexico. I'm on Highway 54 heading southwest, and in 33 miles I'll be hitting the Interstate 40, and I'll be rolling for Albuquerque for fuel. Then I'm going to roll further and head almost to Flagstaff, not quite. Not quite. See? Okay. I'm pretty much underneath that interesting cloud. Well, I'm getting further underneath that, but then it lightens up really well. So I feel okay about this cloud. I really keep my eye on the weather in this part of the world, because things can change and drop out of the sky at any moment. It's very green still here. It's what, mid-July? Yeah. And it's very green. They must get a lot of these storms. Or at least this year they are. Alamogordo? I don't know what Alamogordo is. Is that what it said? Oh, well, you know what's interesting is I was in Kansas yesterday, and I stopped outside. Oh, it's in New Mexico. I stopped outside of Dodge City, and the whole dog walking area was under about 3 to 4 feet of water. That was in Kansas. Then I crossed over, I think the name of the town was Tyrone, Oklahoma. And so I went through Tyrone, Oklahoma, and then I crossed over into Texas, got through the little town of Dalhart, and then I stopped at that picnic area, and we spent the night with the rattlesnakes. That made me nervous. I mean, I was looking I was stepping way back from the truck and looking underneath it. When I went to throw my garbage in the dumpster, I stood way back and tossed it, because you never know what's underneath those things. I don't have enough experience with rattlesnakes to be confident in finding them because I would walk the area before I would let Benji out, and I wouldn't let him go near a tree or the dumpster. I was worried. Anything a snake could hide under, and then there was grass. You know, I'm checking out the grass before I would let the poor boy go to the bathroom. I was a helicopter mom this morning, that's for sure. And last night when we got parked. Man, I was a helicopter mom. Got to keep the boys safe. Because not only would I grieve, all of Pat's family, my friend Pat, who passed away recently, this was her dog, and that whole family would grieve. Yeah, I'm not either, Kim. Especially, you know, like, I don't mind a bull snake. I don't mind a garter snake. I don't mind any of those. But when I start getting, you know, down here, and I grew up in the Dalles, Oregon, we had plenty of rattlesnakes, but I was never in an area where there were a lot of rattlesnakes. I was usually in areas when we went hunting. I never saw a rattlesnake. They were mostly down by the river. And I didn't hang out too much by the river. That river's huge and intimidating. It was huge. So, I mean, we saw them, you know, we would see them when we were out driving or riding the bikes, motorcycles. You know, we would see them crossing the road, but that was it. So I did not grow up with a ton of rattlesnakes around me, and I'm pretty much in rattlesnake country. And that when I pulled in last night and it said, watch for rattlesnakes, I'm like, oh, great. Lovely. Now I've got to protect Benji. I'm going to make him nervous because I'm not going to let him, you know, go in certain areas that look like snakes could be hanging out in, under the shade, anything shady. And the grass was tall enough I wouldn't have been able to see a snake from a distance. I'd have to get, you know, up on it. This truck is wobbly. This truck, she has trouble staying in her lane. She can't walk a straight line. She's like a drunk old lady. She probably needs an alignment and some balancing. Oh, is that Jill? I can hear. See, Jill, I can hear you. I can hear you on the Bluetooth. I don't have to read the chat. This old truck at 449,000 miles, she wiggles and shakes and vibrates and groans and complains. I really have to, I'm glad I've got you on text to voice because, yeah, I can't, in this truck, I definitely cannot, you know, even scan and just glance at the chat. I really have to pay attention to what this truck's doing because, seriously, anything could break at any moment. And I could lose steering, and she pulls to the right. Ooh, copperheads and water moccasins. See, and I would, yeah. What area are you in again? I forget, Kim. I thought you were in Ohio. No, you're not in Ohio. Where are you at? Because you know, I think about those kind of snakes and I think of Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky. Oh, just quit complaining. She's just complaining this morning. Yeah, so, yeah, what, maybe Southern Ohio? Does Southern Ohio have those kinds of snakes? Because I know Central PA, really? Oh my goodness. Wow. Hang on, girl. Don't get wobbly on me. Hang on, girl. I didn't realize that that far north. Okay, I'm not sure about your question, Trudy, because the two of you, so Jill, two people did, it just does one after the other. Oh, the higher elevations. Okay. What's the speed limit here? 35. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay. I don't know what little town this is. But imagine, the first town I came to in New Mexico this morning, of course, the live stream was not connecting. Think about a town exactly like this, but everything is abandoned and boarded up. Everything. This is a pretty, I like this little town. Whatever it is. Logan. This is Logan, New Mexico. Oh, black snakes are good snakes. Okay. Well, out here, bull snakes are good snakes. We like having those. I like having those. Pat was deathly afraid of the smallest, tiniest, you know, like yard snake, like garter snake. She would scream her head off. And one time I got up, because I used to live with her and Benji before I started driving truck. One morning I got up and there was a small bull snake actually in the kitchen drinking out of the dog's water bowl. Hognose snakes. Hognose snakes. Those aren't venomous? So and thankfully Pat is a late riser. I am an early riser. So when I walked around the corner and saw that bull snake, I'm like, okay, buddy, we're going outside. And I took him outside and let him loose. Well, I got in trouble with her kids because, well, he's just going to go in the garage and scare her. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He probably eats the mice. Oh, I guess we're still in a 45 mile an hour zone. I better slow down. Here we go. Now it's picking up. There we go. Okie dokie. They wanted me to kill it. Well, I don't know if I could kill a bull snake. Those are mouse eaters. And believe me, living out of town, there are mice. Okay, we're up to 55. I can speed up now. Nothing's going to squawk at me. My tablet told me I was speeding. I'd never seen that before. I'm still new with this company, so just a couple, like a week or like 2 weeks maybe. Okay, we are headed towards Tupacari. You know what's funny is my husband, right? Yeah, I am not a I am not an expert. I mean, I know what a garter snake looks like up at, you know, oh, we called them red racers and yellow racers. We called them all kinds of things. They were just, you know, like little snakes that are in the yard, and we'd pick them up, play with them, and then we'd put them down and walk away. Good morning, Cheryl. I can hear you in my ear. I can hear the chat in my Bluetooth. Really? That would scare me to death. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's illegal to kill snakes in Australia. That's interesting, because here we have like rattlesnake roundups where a certain amount of, it's like mitigation. A certain amount of them will be killed and put in a pot. And, you know, they will have like a rattlesnake stew or some kind of, I have never been to a rattlesnake roundup. I'm not interested. But I hear about them. And I would say the majority of the snakes that they find, they pretty much just run out of the area. But they catch a certain amount to have as a meal for everybody that day, which I think that's interesting. Another thing I hear is illegal in Australia is to dock a dog's tail. I like that. Yeah, they would with me too. They would with me too. Well, I hear rattlesnake is pretty much like chicken. That's what it tastes like. I would try rattlesnake in a heartbeat. Is that Reggie that I hear? Hey girl, I can hear you in my Bluetooth. I can hear the chat. Oh, and Freaky Geek's here. Reggie, honey, how are you doing? It's good to hear you. I can hear your voice, kind of. It's digital. Yes, it is neat. I'm glad it's illegal, Cheryl. I'm glad it's illegal. I never would have docked Dooley's tail. I loved his tail. Reggie, I was in Texas and now I'm in New Mexico. And just so you know, I've been talking about you lately in some of the lives in the past months or so. We were talking about, shall we fudge it? And I told people to go look that up. Shall we fudge it? I always thought that was so cute. And I'm eating my breakfast. Having a pork chop for breakfast. It was fun to watch, that's for sure. I am doing good. I've had a stressful month because I was home for 3 weeks, and then I have started. I get fudge every... Oh, and I hear Barbara's here. I didn't hear them. Inappropriate. Anyway, I have been very good. I have been, so I have started with a new company that actually, this is why I'm actually in New Mexico today, and I went through Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas yesterday, and now I'm in New Mexico. I'm actually out of California, finally, after 4 years. I am so sick of California. So now I get to go coast to coast again. So I'm super happy about that. I'm just trying, I'm still very new with this company, and it's a much larger company. A little bit different. Oh, that's Nisi. I hear you. I hear you in my ear, Nisi. Oh, we're coming into Tucumcari. My husband always wanted to be here. Oh, everybody's talking at the same time. Hi, Nisi. Thank you, thank you. Yes, I'm still settling in, but for the most part, I'm very happy. You know, there's been some frustrations, but those frustrations have been trucking kind of things, you know, things that could happen with any company. Yes, you could have. You could have. So yes, we are, I've got a voice reading the chat to me in my ear, in my Bluetooth. This truck, oh Niles, that's not nice. This truck, has so many miles on it. I mean, she wiggles and shakes and vibrates, and she'll pull this way and she'll pull that way. And where's my truck? The one I'm in? This is my truck. This is the truck they put me in. This is the truck I've been driving with this company. She's red, by the way, and her name is Brenda, so we blame everything. If anything goes wrong, we blame Brenda. Because she's got 449,000 miles on her. And, no, I've never owned a truck. I have never owned a truck. That truck that I had with Market Express, that belonged to them. I'm a company driver. I'm a paid monkey. I've never owned a big truck. I've owned a diesel pickup. Well, and I think she's like a 21 or 22 Freightliner. So she's not it's not the age, it's the miles, definitely. Yeah, she meant own. No, I've never owned my own Freightliner. I'm not an owner-op. I'm a company monkey. Yes, I did. I know what she meant. No, Jill, I don't want the headache. There goes Crete. I don't want the headache of being an owner-operator. I'll just try to be a good little company monkey and get my paychecks and drive the truck to the best of my ability and all the things. Let's see, we are 13 miles from Interstate 40. Started out in Texas, now I'm coming up on Tucumcari. My husband always wanted to go there because he was a Clint Eastwood fan. He loved all those old spaghetti westerns. But he's like, we should move to Tucumcari. And I'm like, no! Let's stay in Colorado! I don't think he ever did make it to Tucumcari. In fact, I know he didn't. And the interesting thing is, right before he died, he was making plans to come back from working overseas. Oh my goodness, that... in this part of New Mexico, it's pretty flat. Was West Texas, eastern New Mexico, yeah, it's pretty flat. But then there are lots of mountains in New Mexico. Especially going up I-25. But there are a lot of flat areas here. This is all the prairie, all the western prairie. But anyway, he was talking about becoming a truck driver right before he passed in Afghanistan. So, seems kind of special today that I'm out here by Tucumcari and I'm driving truck. There you go, pumpkin. We finally made it. Drinking coffee, enjoying the sunrise behind me. Oh, Niles, he's yakking his head off, isn't he? I might have to cut down some of his, because that's just going off in my ear, everything he says. Yep, it's pretty flat out here. I love this part of the world, that's for sure. I don't think Wayne would have liked living here. Oh, let's see what he does, Jill. Yay, you won! It is beautiful. I'm surprised. It's like, it's mid-July and there's still a lot of green out here. They must be getting a lot of thunderstorms out here this summer. It's very green. Bash, is that his name? Hello, Bash. Nice to meet ya. Welcome to New Mexico. Welcome to Brenda the Freightliner. Her name is Brenda Cascadia. It's just like you're driving a big truck. Who's going to drive today? Because I want to crochet. I haven't crocheted in a week and a half. Who's volunteering to drive today? You might see me in Georgia. So everybody in the chat, tell me what state you're from, and I'll try to keep that in mind, because, or just don't let me forget as I do my travels, because here's how meetups are going to work. None in the evenings, because I am wiped out and I usually have some chores to do. Hey, you know what? It works for me, Cheryl. So meetups, okay, Barbara's in Missouri. Meetups would happen on my 30-minute break, which could be at 10 a.m. It could be at 2 p.m. Okay, Trudy, I'm on my way. Road trip. And of course, Karen, I know exactly where Karen is. Karen, I am definitely getting a hold of you the next time I go through that part of Ohio. So here's how meetups work. It's all in God's hands, basically. I can let people know. Yes. Oh, Nana Michelle's in Ohio, that's right. Oh, nice, nice, on our way to Queensland, yes. So those meetups will happen with a quick coffee, you know, we'll grab coffee, something quick, because it's a 30-minute break. I have 30 minutes to walk the dog, you know, make sure I know where I'm going for the rest of the day, and I can grab a cup of coffee with you, usually at a Denny's or a coffee shop or something, or I'll probably, sometimes I go into Denny's at the truck stops, or the Country Pride or the Iron Skillet, and I'll order something to go, and I would love to meet up. And the problem is, I usually don't know where my break is going to be until the night before or the morning of. So basically, oh, Denisha, wouldn't it be great if I got up to Massachusetts? Oh my goodness, yes. Jill. Yep, you are east of Pittsburgh. I mean, isn't Pittsburgh pretty much butted up right against the state border? I've been to Pittsburgh once. So I went into Pittsburgh and I saw the baseball and the football stadiums as I went up the interstate. I delivered to a Home Depot somewhere. Oh, wouldn't it be great, Trudy? Okay, make sure. Oh, I'm speeding. We're gonna slow down. We gotta slow down. 55 through here. We are coming into Tucumcari. Check it out, Pumpkin. We made it. We made it to Tucumcari. Well, I wish that kind of stuff was keeping me busy. Except maybe the husband. I'm not looking for a husband, but congratulations to you two. I'm happy for you. I'm neat and I'm squeamish about, yeah, being married again. I had my pumpkin. We had our ups and downs, and yeah, I don't want to do that again. Agricultural Science Center. So this is interesting. It's bigger than I thought it would be. Oh, it sounds like you both are very blessed. And I'm very happy for you. I'm just, I'm not on the hunt. Let's say that. Tucumcari. Oh my goodness. Well, there's more to Tucumcari than I thought there would be. Yep, here we are. Well, I tell you what, I mean it when I say he is very blessed to have found you. Okay, it's 45 through here. It's very pretty. Well, it's very green. I'm thinking this is not normal for mid-July because it is very green. Every once in a while, you know, we do have a very green year. I remember the year that I didn't feed horses for over 6 months because we had so much pasture. I just kicked those babies out. I kept an eye on them, made sure they had water, make sure nobody hurt themselves, called the vet when they needed the vet. But that grass, I tell you what, was a commodity that year. It was amazing. Tucumcari city limit. We made it, Pumpkin. Finally made it. Speed limit, Dana. Oh, that is, I didn't realize you guys knew each other that long. I've been a little preoccupied. I've been a little distracted. It's stressful changing jobs. Congratulations. I was with my husband 2 months shy of our 10-year anniversary when he passed. I'll never forget that morning. That's a great story, Janisha. I love that. Okay, slowing down. Slowing down. Down to 25 now. Oh, that is sad. Wow, 40 years. That's amazing. There's a guy on the horse right there on the right. He's taking his horse to town. He probably needs to buy another 6-pack.
In 1 mile, turn right on I-40 West.
Well, here's the center of town. This guy's going to pass me on the right. I'm going to let him go. Then I'll get over, and we are 1 mile from Interstate 40. Looks like the center part of town is off to my right. Looks like there's more businesses down there. Okay, here we go. Here we go now. Go ahead, buddy. Take it away. I'm not going to speed. You go right ahead. Go, 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 so I can get in the right lane. Good morning, Angela. Yeah, it's rush hour right now. There's a guy on a horse on the side of the road going to get his morning 6-pack, and 2 trucks driving through town. Angela, I've actually got the chat being read to me, and it's in my ear. You guys can't hear it, but I can hear the chat being read to me. Even Niles. I can even hear Niles, and I'm thinking about, muting him. My husband, I don't mind talking about him at all. Wayne T. the Bomb Dog Bernhardt. Okay, so I'm going to tell his story. He did 2 tours in the Navy where he became an explosive detector dog handler, a bomb dog handler. So that was his name. I'm working for Crete, and yes, this is my red truck, Brenda. And I think I'm going to like it here.
Turn right on I-40 West.
Been kind of a stressful start, but the stresses have just been trucking things, not company specific things. So anyway, Wayne gets out of high school where he did nothing but party, joined the Navy. He went to Lackland Air Force Base to learn how to become a dog handler, and that's what he did. Besides being a sonar tech aboard ship during Desert Storm, then he became a dog handler and an MP. Then he got out after 2 tours in the Navy, and hello boys. He became an overseas contractor. Benji and I are both doing great. He's in the back supervising with his eyes closed. So he got married, had 2 kids. Well, he had 1 kid. She had another kid while they were married. No one is, but okay. Okay, but he loved that kid like she was his own.
Continue on I-40.
Then I met him in between overseas contracts, and we got together and we got married. And then I went with him on one of his contracts over to Qatar. I spent 6 months in Qatar with him. And look at this, I'm on Interstate 40. I made it. And that was an amazing experience. I love checking out other cultures. I learned what a shawarma was, a real shawarma. They were pretty good. I just learned a lot. Then I came back to the States, and then he went overseas, and I was training horses in Colorado, outside of Peyton, Colorado, in a place called the Bijou Basin. And one morning I got a phone call telling me that Wayne had died overnight. So he was actually not working bomb dogs at that time. He had gotten a different job working on these night cameras, these huge night cameras that could see like 15, 20 miles into the night. And they watched, they watched people, like farmers out there bury weapons out in their fields. So then that piece of, video gets sent to the appropriate people, and you never heard from those farmers again. So that kind of thing. He was working on those cameras, and he was using his sonar tech training. His sonar tech training is what qualified him for that job. So he was working on these towers, but he ended up dying at Camp Salerno in Afghanistan, and it was devastating, you know. It's devastating for everybody. But I since, you know, I did a, you know, horse training and riding lessons, and I was a barrel racing coach, and I moved all that operation into Idaho, where I just barely got by doing that. And I would rather do that in Colorado, I'll tell you. But I moved to Idaho, got a job as a ranch hand, and I did all my stuff on the side. And then I left the ranch hand job and did all my stuff full time. But it wasn't enough to pay bills, that's for sure. So, and I had Dooley with me that whole time, because I had Dooley with me for 13 years. And then I went to truck driving school. So that's what happened to Wayne. He died at Camp Salerno in Afghanistan. And very sad, but you know what? That was a week before Christmas in 2011. Wayne the Bomb Dog Bernhardt. And he was known in every country where we have contractors. Contractors knew him. He died, all I'm going to say is he died while he was working at the base. There's not much more I can say about that. I mean, it was Afghanistan, and we were in the middle of a war, and so that's how he died. Oh, you didn't catch it because I didn't say it. But I have all that information. I have all those details. Oh, we're coming up on construction. Okay. Just don't want to get carried away. So, you know what? We were not in a good place in our marriage when he died. And I have gotten over all that. You know, you always feel guilty. You always feel like, even if we weren't in the middle of a fight, you know, I'd still feel guilty. You know, maybe there's something I could have said or done to make him not be there right at that time. And no, I didn't. Ultimately, his injuries from the incident resulted in a heart attack. But yeah, we were having our share, especially that year. We were having horrible fights, and I'll be honest. You know, I'm going to share something pretty personal here. We never stopped dating after we got married. And now I'm okay with it. Now I'm no longer hurt and angry and all that things. You know what? But that's what happens. That is made it to crack. Okay, Karen, good to hear from you. That is what happens. You know, survivor's guilt kind of thing happens. And I dealt with that a lot, especially since we were fighting. We'd been fighting that whole year. It was horrible. And finally, you know, and nobody is free from guilt in the whole year-long, 8-month-long argument. But he was a binge drinker. And when he got on a binge, he would disappear. Usually with some woman he found at the bar. And he would let her know how horrible his wife is to him. I'll admit I was starting to get less sensitive to the fact that he could die at any moment. And I had to. Yes, he was. But that doesn't matter now. I was getting very desensitized. He wanted me. He needed the reassurance of me being constantly in a panic over the fact that he was in danger working overseas, I finally had to stop doing that because I couldn't live. I couldn't breathe. And his insecurities took that the wrong way. Took that I didn't care anymore. Oh, I cared. I absolutely cared. But I had to breathe. I absolutely had to breathe. So, and I had to do things for myself, like train horses, like, you know, take my dog to obedience lessons. I had to mentor women. I had to do all these things while he was gone. I had to keep busy. I couldn't just sit there waiting by Yahoo Messenger for him to pop up. I couldn't do it. I mean, I made sure I had it on my phone and that wherever I was, I could interact with him because I felt that that was important. But I was getting desensitized to the fact that he was constantly letting me know how much danger he was in so that I would show concern and he would be emotionally fed. And that was hard after, you know, 9 years of marriage. So, well, and we were looking at divorce in the end. We were. And I was still in the we have got to fix this phase, which it never would have been fixed, I know now. I was still in the phase of I will fight for my marriage, but I wasn't as fervent about my fight for my marriage by the end. Yeah, I did. I wasn't as fervent in my fight for, you know, keeping us together. Oh, little buck. Oh, little buck, you stay on the side of the road. You do not jump on me. Okay, there we go. There we go. Everybody can pile up behind me and get over it. I did not hit that deer. He's trying to cross the road too. Oh, God, please help him get across. So anyway, you know, those are the, you know, the personal things about our marriage. Neither one of us were without, you know, let the first one, you know, without sin cast a stone kind of thing. You know, the last thing I'm going to do is cast a stone. I had emotionally pulled away from him. Yeah. My husband had a girlfriend in Jordan, a girlfriend in Washington. Okay, anyway. Oh, absolutely, Cheryl. And the men at my church told him, if you want to save marriage, you will quit your overseas job and come home.